Form W-2 is one of the most familiar tax documents, but it's also one of the most misunderstood. Almost everyone who works for an employer receives one, yet few people really understand how much information it contains or why every box matters. At its core, Form W-2 is a summary of your work year. It tells the IRS how much you earned, how much tax was withheld, and what benefits or deductions passed through your paycheck. It's not something you fill out yourself. Your employer prepares it and sends copies to you, the IRS, and in many cases, your state and local tax agencies. For the 2025 tax year, employers are required to provide Form W-2 by the end of January 2026. That timing matters because your entire tax return often starts with this one document. At the top of the form is basic identifying information. Your name, address, and social security number appear here, along with your employer's name, address, and employer identification number. This section may look boring, but accuracy is critical. Even a small typo can delay processing or cause IRS matching issues. Next comes the earnings section, which is where most people focus first. Box 1 shows your wages, tips, and other compensations subject to federal income tax. This number is often lower than your total salary because certain benefits, like retirement contributions or health insurance premiums, may be excluded. Box 2 shows how much federal income tax was withheld from your pay during the year. This number plays a major role in determining whether you get a refund or owe additional tax. Boxes 3 and 5 look similar but serve different purposes. Box 3 shows wages subject to Social Security tax, and Box 5 shows wages subject to Medicare tax. These amounts are often higher than Box 1 because fewer deductions apply to Social Security and Medicare wages. Boxes 4 and 6 show how much Social Security tax and Medicare tax were withheld. These are calculated at set rates and are matched by your employer. Together, they fund programs you'll rely on later in life. Box 7 reports tips you earned that you reported to your employer. Box 8 shows allocated tips, which are tips your employer assigned to you based on business calculations, even if you didn't report them directly. These boxes mainly affect workers in service industries. Box 10 reports dependent care benefits, such as employer-provided child care assistance. This information connects to credits or exclusions you may claim elsewhere on your tax return. Box 11 shows non-qualified deferred compensation. This applies in specific situations and often signals income that was previously deferred and is now taxable. Boxes 12 through 14 are where Form W-2 starts to feel dense. These boxes use codes to report specific types of compensation and benefits. Retirement plan contributions, health savings account contributions, adoption benefits, and other specialized items appear here. Each code tells a different story. For example, retirement contributions reported here explain why your taxable wages may be lower than your gross pay. These boxes help the IRS understand how your paycheck was structured, not just how much you earned. Box 13 uses simple checkboxes, but they matter. It indicates whether you participated in a retirement plan, received third-party sick pay, or were classified as a statutory employee. These boxes can affect deductions and credits elsewhere on your return. Box 14 is optional and varies by employer. It often lists informational items like union dues, after-tax contributions, or state-specific details. While not always used directly on your federal return, these numbers still deserve attention. The bottom portion of Form W-2 focuses on state and local taxes. Boxes 15 through 20 show state wages, state income tax withheld, local wages, and local tax withheld. If you worked in more than one state or locality, this section becomes especially important. Form W-2 doesn't stand alone. It feeds into almost every other part of your tax return. The wages go onto your main income line. The withholding affects your final tax calculation. The benefit information helps explain why your numbers look the way they do. One of the most important things to understand is that the IRS already has a copy of your W-2. When you file your return, the IRS compares what you report to what your employer reported. If the numbers don't match, it can trigger delays or notices. That's why reviewing your W-2 before filing is so important. Look at your personal information. Compare wages to your final pay stub. Make sure withholding looks reasonable. If something seems off, it's better to address it early by contacting your employer. Form W-2 also helps explain why two people with the same salary might have very different tax results. Benefits, retirement contributions, and withholding choices all shape what ends up on this form. In simple terms, Form W-2 is the official record of your working year. It tells the story of how you were paid, how taxes were handled, and how benefits flowed through your paycheck. For the 2025 tax year, understanding your W-2 isn't just about filing correctly. It's about knowing where your money went, how your taxes were calculated, and how your employment fits into the bigger tax picture. When you understand Form W-2, you're not just filling out a tax return. You're reading the financial summary of your year, one box at a time. One common mistake is assuming box 1 equals total salary. It often doesn't. Another mistake is ignoring boxes 12 through 14. Those codes explain benefits that affect taxes. People also forget to check personal information. A small typo can delay refunds. Some people file before receiving all W-2s. If you had more than one employer, each one sends a separate form. Another issue is mismatched numbers. The IRS compares your return directly to the W-2 they received. Form W-2 looks simple, but skipping details can cause problems later. Before we wrap up, it's worth pausing on one important point. Form W-2 may be common, but it plays a powerful role in your tax return. Every box feeds into how your income, benefits, and taxes are calculated. If something on your W-2 doesn't make sense, or if your work situation is more complex, seeking professional tax advice can be a smart step. Tax professionals understand how W-2 information flows into the rest of your return. They can spot errors, explain confusing codes, and help prevent IRS issues before they happen. This doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It means tax rules are detailed, and details matter. Getting help when needed can save time, reduce stress, and protect you from costly mistakes. Sometimes the best move isn't guessing, it's asking an expert to take a second look.